So this is kind of embarrassing, but welcome to another this time chapter review because I recorded a whole reaction without realizing that my mic was off, and yeah, shit happens, and roll with it. So this chapter we discussed. I'm gonna just go over the main points that stood out for me. So the name of the chapter is Emeth, as it's the name of the ancient robot. And we first start with Oni child Yamato. Let me see if this is recording and everything is fine and good. Yeah, I don't wanna sit here like for 40 minutes just talking without sound. So yeah, the chapter starts with only child Yamato, and what I said in the reaction you were never gonna see or hear is that yeah, I really love that Oda is touching upon or even expanding upon the generational hate theme of the One Piece world, and that like this represents what Wano has been all about. It started with the Kurozomi being hated on for nothing that led to Orochi, and Orochi spread the hate in a bigger scale. And for One Piece in general is has started with Hody Jones. It was like mentioned before that as well, like with the hatred of blindly hating every pirate and stuff. But Cody Jones for me was the best representation of that. And I know this is the worst arc in the series for some, and for me as well, because there was like a lot of multitasking Oda wanted to do because yeah, because just he wanted to have the shonen and shonen action part, and he also wanted to showcase the growth of the Straw Hats and their power ups. So we have the shonen action tension, that's right, and the glow up of the Straw Hats, and also go heavy on the philosophical theme of the arc. And he couldn't like go all in with all the aspects. So, in my opinion, he fell off representing the philosophical theme of the arc, and he represented it like fully, like till he was like, okay, now I need the action, now I need tension, now I need know how to have the countdown of some sorts to just give tension to the audience and the readers and stuff. And the message was lost because Fishman Island arc represents the hatred, the blind hatred that even starts with Hachi, with the octopus guy, that he starts the arc being redeemed, and he was now protecting what was the Little Mermaid girl's name, and he was a good guy now, l- like free of Arlong's how do you say philosophy. He was just an ordinary person trying to live and make others happier. So that starts to um, show us the purpose of this arc. This arc is about redemption. But deeper in the arc that we go, that we see, okay, there is like blind hatred towards humans from Hodi. And Hodi has nothing to hold against humans. Hell, he has everything to hold against the fishmen. Every like misery he's been through in life, is coming from the fishman. So, but the idea of hating humans was so embedded in him. He like associated every bad things happening to in the world to humans. So the hatred was just represented in its purest form, with no reason, with just hating in Hodi. And he couldn't be the tension or the Kaido scale kind of villain, because now we have the 2 year time skip to show, okay, Hodi is just another dude who just wants to spread hatred, and he cannot be powerful. If he is powerful, he needs to um, have a belief behind that. But there is no belief, there is no will, there is nothing. Hodi just is hatred incarnate. So there is this dichotomy against Hodi, that he needs to be powerful to show the glow up and power up of the Straw Hats, but he can't be powerful. He couldn't be powerful because he is just an idea, the hatred itself. So it can't be powerful to fuel him to have an idea of his own. So, and that's interesting with Wano's theme as well. I'm glad that Oda is expanding on it and not like forgetting about it with Yamato here. I know this is not that deep, but I see it that deep, so live with it. And going along in the chapter, as I remember from my reaction, was that I still see that this interaction and even the everything crumbling so reminiscent of Luffy and Sanji, and even this shading here of Kaku's eyes not shown reminds me of Sanji's leave or goodbye or fuck off to Luffy. And this is like Stussy Luffy in a sense that doesn't understand. She or he, in a sense that is Luffy, understands that why this is happening, but she is fighting it with every sense of like her existence. This is one of my favorite panels of the chapter, of course. And this is my favorite of the chapter. This expression itself, that this because this is the expression of someone who um, doesn't believe she's living the dream when she's awake, and she is looking at herself and her freedom and her state of like, I can't believe this is me. I feel free for once in my life. This is like the expression of that. And as I remember, like as I mentioned in the now that reaction that I had, um, it reminds me of that quote in a song that Jaju says, a French singer, y a rien meilleur que vivre tes, tes meilleurs rêves, rendre les yeux grands ouverts. And this is literally that. This is literally her living her dream while being wide awake. So, and this is like so fun for Luffy as well. And giants, of course, worship Nika, and I thought reading through the chapter that this means that we're gonna see the way to hurt the elders from giants. But as the chapter goes, we didn't see the payoff for this like line, guys, nothing hurts these things. It's quite strange. I could bet all my subscribers, not much, but that's all I could bet. But that we're gonna learn something on Elbaf to how to hurt the elders because this is a setup, and if we don't see the payoff this chapter, I'm sure we're gonna see the payoff like in Elbaf. And this is like Bonnie and Luffy teaming up. I really enjoyed the fact that Luffy gave the center stage to Bonnie last chapter, but he is not taking the center stage back himself, but others are giving him the center the spotlight back, and so and this is so funny because Bonnie is like literally emerged and like one with her Nika form. This is not an expression of a serious bunny, so this is fun. And this is so fire because, as I remember in the chapter, this is so menacing. This is like Luffy that is not playing around. He is playing around, but he is playing with you around rather than fucking around. And this is the highlight of the chapter for me. Captain's order are absolute, Bonnie Chan. This is such a weird wording because it feels as if they are treating Bunny as one of the Straw Hats now. And she says, "Hey," he says, "Hey, this is our captain. Welcome to the team. Let's throw another punch." This is kind of weird because they almost never say captain without an implication of this means something. But here it doesn't mean anything other than captain's order are absolute to imply that Bonnie is a crew member as well. And the memories right punch. And this is hockey. And as I mentioned in my review, not review, this is the review, and in my reaction, um, the fact that Luffy says it hurts and the coating um, shows that this is hockey, and even Luffy says this is hockey. But I remember Kaido said everything in Gear Fifth is coated with Conqueror's hockey. Maybe that's just for Luffy, or that's just how free Gear Fifth is. Because if you're free, you don't have any limitations. So not having Conqueror's hockey is a limitation as well. I'm not saying Bonnie has the like Conqueror's hockey at the wazoo, but food for thought. And this is one of my favorite panels as well. I know every panel is my favorite at this point, but this is literally Earth for me. That this is the ozone layer or the clouds. This is a continent. Even the burn marks represent some like sort of crust of earth. So this for me, I know I don't think this was intended for Oda, but this may be a stretch. But this represents a whole world of taking all the pain, all the hurt, and just freeing them, freeing people of their pain. So that's kind of how I see it. And if Oda thought of this, this is brilliant. And okay, nothing here, nothing here. And okay, York's monitoring us. This is my like only nitpick of the chapter. Nothing of the sorts. That's why this is so vague and this is unnecessary because we know the message is continuing with the next words. But to put this in the chapter, this is like a literal stripper tease. This is gonna do nothing. Just a blue ball, not like even a blue ball moment. It's just a stripper teasing us for what? Even strippers tease you for something, but this is literally teasing for the sake of teasing. Or that, hold on, man. Like, and Whole Cake Island, I said, of course, this is cat, and this is the Florine or Floor, like minister, like in anime would be like the purple hair chick, one of Big Mom's children, and Minister of Floor, I think. And this guy should be dead now because I think Big Mom took his soul away. And this is, by the looks of it, yeah, this is the like. I think this is most likely Oven and Holy Mustache. This guy looks like not from Big Mom's territory, but this guy looks so familiar. I don't know, like, and this is the chick that I was talking about, and cat, of course, here. Oh, and he's recovered from his wounds from fighting Oven in the cover pages, which is nice. Where is this? And this is what? Where is this? The gun? Is it? Is this like Whiskey Peak? Um, last chapter we saw Whiskey Peak. I didn't recognize it, and of course, best girl York here is like so much stressed, and she's gonna like lose all her weight, and of course Gaiman here, and yeah, everyone was like waiting for Gaiman's reaction. For as I said, I'm looking forward to see Mihawk's and Laboon's reaction because for me those are the most interesting reactions. I expect another dot 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 from Mihawk, but maybe more. And Laboon is kind of interesting. I bet if we see Laboon, it's gonna be like a or not even dot 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 a question mark, and him just saying, "Hey, huh, that's interesting." Okay, what the yeah, this is where the Cipher Pole agents drop. This is like how Marineford, how Luffy dropped out of the sky. Oda loves like this grandiose entrances. And I said this is, in my reaction. This looked like now that I think about it, I said this is like S sharp, but I see the hair and yeah, is this a sword or this is not S shark? Now I see it. This is not. Yeah, this is a boa. S snake. Yeah. By the way, I recently got S snake in which is a new like limited edition character in One Piece Bounty Rush, and she's so broken, man. And yeah, I just needed to put that out there for flexing purposes. But yeah, One Piece Bounty Rush is like such a shit game because it's like pay to win to the T, but it's so much fun, man. And yeah, they just dropped Jobra and the Bluno from going back to Ennis Lobby arc to maybe make reasons for dropping Awakened Lucci. They just finished the Egghead like arc characters. They dropped Zoro, a Snake, as Hawk, and as Hawk is like so underrated, but he is not that strong, which is quite interesting. They don't like Mihawk in that game. You bastard! Yeah, this is at Yatamnika, and this is so fun, man. The fist clenching here that Oda does. Oda is like so good at just using the least amount of details to show expressions and show how lively his characters are. And this is, of course, the payoff of Luffy punching this guy to the oblivion and Emeth here bodying Valkyrie. So this was fun. And this is a confirmation of Joy Boy that Luffy notices. This is voice of all things. This is not the robot thinking. And also, this represents the idea that Gorosei were not telepathically um, talking to one another. It was voice of all things. So, and this is literally Onigashima. My theory is that this robot, whatever it is, it's replica of the real Onigashima, and yeah, maybe Onigashima's real name was Emeth. Who knows? And this is kind of weird for me because the time has come. He remembers, listen up, Emeth. He remembers a conversation with with Joy Boy, and he's wondering what's the time. And yeah, this is kind of weird. What the hell is that? And of course, robots and Luffy going crazy over the robots. So this, as I said in the chapter review, that is not gonna be seen, see the light of day at all because there is no sound unless you're gonna watch me like look at these panels with no sound, which is not ideal. I don't think I missed anything that I said in my reaction, and to recap the chapter. Because yeah, I think really that this how do you say this chapter is like very hype and very like going taking a story forward. But my gripe is with this, like why like a stripper tease us Oda, and the captain thing here stood out to me more than anything else. And yeah, and I first thought this is um Sanji asking about Usopp. I was like, who the fuck cares about Usopp? Not even not like Sanji, but it's it makes sense that it's coming from Luffy because and look how free and fun she's having a blast, man, and this is like so fun. And and I mentioned the like the hate Bonnie is getting. He's doing nothing, and yeah, and this the eyelashes here. It's like a nice detail. Um, but yeah, I don't understand the hate. People are just so trendy these days. I like this, but if I like this, this is the minority. So I hate this. So others, I think others will hate this because for whatever the reason. So I hate this as well. So we are on the same page. This is like the confirmation bias thing that I recently read in a book that says, imagine in a company, you are three people in a room, um, cooking up ideas for the like future of the company, and person A thinks, okay, if I say this, this is my idea. If I say this, the two other like people in the room are gonna disagree anyways. So I'm not gonna say my idea. I'm gonna say what I think they will approve. So he says his idea, and the two other people are thinking the same. So the result is all three say what the others would approve or they think would approve of, and the result is all three approve of the idea they don't like, and all three disregard the same idea they have that they all three like, but for whatever the reason, not whatever the reason, for the reason of thinking the other guys won't like it, they don't express it. So all three people are not happy with the decision made unanimously. This is the confirmation bias, or I don't know if call it confirmation bias, whatever it is. This is the situation that's happening with social media, and but in the world in general, because people don't express themselves and they are not like manning up to their own thoughts to express themselves freely, and it's just they cater to not they. I'm not like higher or like above all people. We cater as like people to what would be the less controversial thing, and that actually leads to controversy compared to those who express their feelings and thoughts freely rather than catering to, okay, I don't like this. And I'm not saying everyone loves this and no one is expressing their idea, okay, I love this, but the 3% that actually don't like this either don't read the chapter, drop One Piece, go read like JJK or whatever it is. I am not having anything against JJK. I don't know JJK enough to like hate it or love it because I'm not there yet with my reading through the chapters. But the 3% that hate this, whatever for whatever the reason, it's not their cup of tea or whatever, they just don't talk about it. But those people who talk about it is 1% of these 3% people, and 50% of them, I'm spitting all over the place. The 50% of like the vocal majority is that they just want to appease to others, to be like PC, politically correct, and to others without even thinking for themselves. But yeah, this was a fun chapter. This wasn't like the flawless chapter I expected to be, and not expected it to be, but yeah, this is. I don't like grading because this is like so much effort and so much passion poured into the chapter. But for me, the enjoyment I got out of the chapter is 9.5. And my only thing is this. I know it's a like nitpicky at best, but this is like waste of panel. This is literally waste of panel because we get the same idea. Okay, the message is continuing, and York even repeats it here as well. We are not dumb, Oda, and I know Oda knows his readers are not dumb. He treats them like they are dumb, but they are not. And how do you say it? Um, this panel is just a stripper tease for nothing. But other than that, fantastic chapter and so many answers, so many more questions, and yeah, hopefully this recording is fine and going correctly. But I really love this payoff because the setup for Valkyrie's kind of power level or endurance level was so done so correctly, so right that this punch packs a punch, pun intended, or and his name goes hard as well, Emeth. That's nice. And of course, this Onigashima looking like aura is quite interesting. And without repeating myself, yeah, this is gonna be like overshadowed, I think, by many, but this is so wholesome as well. How could I leave? Yeah, this is. It's fantastic. And of course, this is what One Piece represents, giving the hope to those who don't even believe there is such hope in the world to start with. This is so fire. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful weekend, and see you next chapter. And peace.